Peace family. Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur back at you again with another video. Today is Tuesday, June the 16th. And hope y'all doing well. You know, I really mean that. There's a lot happening out here as you see. And it's a time that a lot of people are being challenged, you know, in a lot of things. So, but my prayers go out to you and hope you get on your entrepreneur journey, you know. All right, so I had a video yesterday. I talked about should you boycott, you know, and what I, you know, discussed or talked to you about was, you know, basically if you're not being received well, you know what I'm saying, in your where you spend money at, wherever you may go, you know, should you still consider continue to spend money there, excuse me. And my answer to that is no. You know, whether, no matter who you are, what you look like, if you're going to disrespect people or people groups, you know, honestly, you should not support businesses that do that. And when you look at the collective, in, you know, in real talk, you know, melanated people or black people, that is, spend, I think it's up to $2 trillion a year in the economy. That's a lot of effing money. You know what I'm saying? You know, not shaming that, but I know it's something to look at, because when you look at the money that's going out to other communities, you know what I'm saying, it's like, wow, you know, why aren't we having anything to sustain ourselves? Partly, and I'll just tell you this, I actually, you know, I look at the church itself, because there's no excuse for them not, as much money is coming into the tithing system, for them not to have businesses, okay? Not Bible studies, but businesses. You can have both, though, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm glad y'all could tune in today, and I want to talk to you about a business that I had started, man, 3, 4, this might have been 5 years ago, maybe 6, probably about 5 years ago. And I started looking around me again, and when I go into this conversation, so I just want you to know that I'm not taking sides within it. Like, I know my position in this so-called situation that we all are in, you know, and you know, you got Asians, you know, you got blacks, you have all other people groups, Hispanics, Mexicans, etc., you know, that are all in this whole pot of a conversation. I'll say it that way. But when you look at who's at the bottom, you know, unfortunately, it's people that look like me. And a while ago, I started kind of, you know, digging into self and just looking at reality for what things are, you know. And I really wasn't happy of, you know, what I seen, you know, the unaliving of people that look like me, you know what I'm saying? You know, and let me pause right there. Let me put a pin in it. So again, let's be realistic about this conversation. You know, you have zebras who play with zebras, you know, who are cool in the animal kingdom, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you have many different species is where I'm going. Of animals in the animal kingdom or in the wildlife kingdom: lions, tigers, bears, giraffes, hippopotamuses, you know, wild dogs, coyotes, hyenas. I mean, the list goes on and 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 on. You know, so this is no shade to any people group, but you know, when it's time for a giraffe to speak, the giraffe can speak for the giraffes. You know. The lions can speak for the lions. But when last time you seen a penguin speak for a lion? You know what I'm saying? How does a penguin speak up for a lion? I mean, yeah. So I preface this conversation based on I can speak for people that look like me. So to those of you all of other ethnic groups, don't take this personal whatsoever. I'm just saying I'm speaking for the melanated or the black people that look like me. You know, and it was something that was dear, and it touched me like pretty deep, because I looked at the unbalancing of the system that we live in. You know, I look at the money that we spend with other people groups, and then you look at, you know, why are our kids still suffering versus other kids advancing, etc. So that's a deeper conversation. So I'm not here to push any type of divide, but I am speaking for those of you who can identify with this conversation. So maybe 6 years ago, I like I said, I started looking at some things that were happening, of how the unaliving of people that look like me just continued to happen, but no one's saying anything about it. You know, and I've been on this tip as far as like withholding dollars for a long time. You know, not that I'm so perfect about it, but I also know that well, I pretty much I'm on top of my game now, but I kind of like dance with the idea a little bit. Let me slow it down. I was dancing with the idea a little bit, about it's just about where we spend our money, you know, because of course we're not here to try to start any type of wars or anything like that. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to be treated right and no one's speaking up for you, then what else is it left to do? You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I started a business called Conscious Dollars, and this is about 6 years ago. It was called Conscious Dollars, and I was debating whether I was going to talk about it today, but I said, you know what? I've had this stuff sitting on ice for like years, and this is a time that I think it needs to be discussed, honestly. Because when you look at where you spend your money, the people groups that receive the money, and then you look at the mistreatment on top of that, and I think again the unaliving of the young 14-year-old black male, from I think it was Ricky Chow Ricky Chow, and just walks off the hook, gets off scot free. Yeah, I don't think that sets well with a lot of people, whether you Asian, whether you black, well, whoever you are. If you really look at the facts, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think the people that I knew in my circle that are familiar with that circle, with that story, they were like, look, we're not shopping anymore, like with anybody else. We're gonna start cooking at home. We're gonna, whatever. And that was what they decided to do. And I've been sitting on this project for a long time, for years, and I thought I would talk to you about it today. And it's called Conscious Dollars. Because like I said again, if you're not being respected, you're being mistreated, and no one's talking about it, but we're still spending our money with people groups who we tried to align ourselves with, but at the end of the day, it was crickets when it came down to things that were happening to us, as melanated or black people in this country and globally, and so again, you can't like fault me for any of this conversation, because again, zebras speak for zebras, chimpanzees speak for chimpanzees. When the last time you seen a zebra speaking up for a chimpanzee? They only speak the same language, but they cool, I'm sure they see each other in passing, but at the end of the day, that is what it is. Chimpanzees, they talking, and on the level they identify with. So back to Conscious Dollars. So it's a company that I started. It was really to promote B1 or black business, that I felt that we should start supporting our own. So it wasn't against anyone else, but it was just straight up, yeah, we need to start supporting our own, because obviously no one cares about us. They care about our dollars, but they don't care about when bad things happen to us. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to introduce a product to you. So I had made some hoodies and t-shirts and some leather pocketbooks. Okay, check this out. So Conscious Dollars, and the B1 is for Black First. But again, this is not promoting any type of divide. This is a company that I started some years ago, but I didn't have enough time to put into it. But these are sweatshirts. Yep. Brand spanking new. Still brand new, packed away. It's Conscious Dollars. And the B1, yep. So basically, yeah. So this is the design that I created. This is I forgot the color of this. This is green. It's like a it's like kind of like an army green, and it's B1. Yep. So that's what I did. And really, it was just promote spending. It's just promoting spending within our community. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't done out of any type of hate or malice. It's just straight up. No one was speaking for us. So I was like, you know what? We need to start spending our dollars with people where we appreciate it. So Conscious Dollars. Okay. So this is going to be the green one. I also have t-shirts as well. This is the t-shirt. This is black. Have different sizes. Yeah, these come in different sizes as well. I think this one is a small. I think I have small. I think it goes up to 2X. Small, medium, large, extra large, 2X. And so if you these are the t-shirts. Brand new, never worn. Okay. This has been a top seller as well. This is the electric green Conscious Dollars. Look at that. That's the electric green. That's a t-shirt, okay? And then I also have the hoodies too. Yeah, I created the design, you know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting on these things for a while because I just, I ain't have enough time to promote it the way I needed to promote it because I was just like into the restaurant stuff. So it was like it took a lot of my time. And so, but yeah, those are for sale, by the way. So t-shirts, you can cash at me, $ Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce. The hoodies are gonna go for 50, and it's heavy, like high quality, heavy duty material, straight up. Hoodies are for 50, and then the t-shirts are like 25. So but yeah, $ Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce. And then if you like, you can actually go to the website, chefjosephskicksauce.com, and just go to the contact page and just send me an email if if you're interested in the product, and I can talk to you about shipping and stuff like that. But basically, that's something I had done, and definitely to make a statement to say, you know what, we need to start spending our dollars with ourselves, if we're not going to be respected. And obviously, with things happening, no one seems to want to talk about it. So I just thought I would introduce it to you. So my next product that is attached to that, again, I didn't have enough time to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have enough time. It was just not enough time in the day. So check this out. So I had created, I had basically, I don't know where this idea came from, but however, yeah, I know what idea came from. I seen it online, and I went to this guy that I knew. Shout out to Bernard. But anyway, he's the one. He makes leather bags, handbags and stuff. I mean, state of the art, handcrafted. And I knew him personally, and I still know him personally. I hadn't talked to him in a while, but I came to him with this idea about making some conscious dollars pocketbooks. You know what I'm saying? Or like, what do y'all women call them? Little handbags, or I forgot the name because it's been a while since I had the conversation. But I have made all leather. When I show y'all this ain't no joke. This is all leather clutch bags. I think that's kind of what it was, a clutch bag. And these are leather. Look at this. And also it has like the logo right here. See that? And I have different colors. So, yep, got that one, got that one, got that one. Yeah, so I'm just pulling out 3 for you. These are going for $100, okay? Now I'm talking about handcrafted. You will not find these anywhere. Anywhere. These are one of ones. And I only have 10 of these. Check this out. And of course it turns here. Boom. Look at that. Leather. This is real leather. Look. I can smell it. Yo, it's deep. That's your clutch bag. Look at that. Everything is hand stitched. Look at this. Conscious dollar. So this is I think the gold one or the brass. This one will be the silver. Now you see how this turns here? Check this one out. Hot. Look at this. See that? A 1-in-1, $100. Look at this. You won't find this anywhere. And look, we talking about, I've ordered leather from the real leather manufacturers and had them personally handcrafted. These. And then I think I have a, this might be brass again with the same hook as well. Heavy duty hooks. These are not no like weak stuff. This is stuff this is manufacturing material. So this is not some gonna fall off. Like this is like personally hand stitched. So handcrafted. And again, it's for you to walk around. You want to put your money in it or whatever, and you just walk. I guess women wear it like how they wear it. And then I think there's another one here. That's another one, brass. It's just different colors here. Cool. So I only have 10 of these. They have to go for $100 a piece. One, because it's original, and two, it's needed in such a time as this. And nothing but leather, man. Yo, I mean, it's like literally straight up leather. Now, let's move into, these are tight, but let me tell you about the masterpiece. Oh, excuse me, I have a black one too. Look. Look at the black. The black is going for $150 straight up. I mean, look at that. Look at the material. Real. This is handcrafted, by the way. $150 if you're interested. Again, inside. I mean, it's tight. Look at this. Never been used. You won't find another one at all like this. Conscious dollar. Look at that. Hot. Shoot. I don't get into what they call it, the merces. The men be wearing the pocketbooks called merces out. But look, this pretty hot. I almost like to pack it myself for real. Be like, yo, what's up? Go to the bank and, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, yo, it's pretty hot. I like this, yo. And this leather. Real leather. Look at the quality. Look. See what I'm saying? All right. Here is the next one in one. These are for this. I only have one of these. Only one. You won't find this nowhere. This is gonna go for $300. Check this one out. See the logo on it? Look at this. Never been worn. Look at that. Look. Look at that. And they stand out too. That's in ripples. I forgot what type of hide this is, but it wasn't a cheap hide. Now, this is actually a pocket. Look at the inside. Look at that. And guess what? Got the strap in here, yo. You hook to the end because you got straps right here. I mean, you got, I don't know if you can see those. See this right here? Look, this real leather now. Look at a real leather strap. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, what? You won't find this nowhere, okay? It's an original, one of one. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about that. Again, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. That is what I do. This stuff is sitting, and I got like I probably got a pretty big stock. These pocketbooks, they're gonna be gone. You know, you won't find these anywhere. That's the first thing. The real leather. This is handcrafted. Everybody's gonna want one when they see you with this one, okay? But I just wanted to share this with you. Look at that. 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 Tight. So I wanted to share that with you. Again, not promoting any type of divide, but I'm coming to you from an entrepreneur standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when I was going through some things, not really going through, but excuse me, when I was looking at what was going on around me, it just caused me to really like rethink a lot of things. And I said, you know, there's got to be a way for a message to get out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not trying to hurt anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten along with every people group. We support every people group. You know what I'm saying? You know, the last time I used to go to Chinese restaurants or those other restaurants, you know, like, I seen a lot of people that look like me there. You know, I'm not tripping. You know, we was all there to get something to eat. But then when you look at the, you know, is the things that are happening with the laws and the politics and things, and then not to mention the disrespect. That's the next thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the real deal. Not only did Ricky Chow get off the hook, you know, and this ain't the first one. This has happened like many different times. And we've supported businesses. We've been good to people. We tip. We do the best we can, and we built businesses to help keep people afloat. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then you look at like the disrespect. You got like Asians coming online, like really talking smack about our community. You know what I'm saying? When we've done nothing but support you. You know, it's not our fault that somebody get unalive. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, people walk off the hook. You know what I'm saying, of other people groups, and then we're not supposed to say anything about it. So yeah, I think it is time to start thinking consciously about our dollars. So, but if you like what you see, send me an email. You can do the support at chefjosephskicksauce.com, support at chefjosephskicksauce.com, and then I can talk to you about pricing and stuff like that if you're interested. Again, you know, you got this 1-in-1, and I really didn't even push it. That's the next thing. I didn't even push this stuff out. And I still have other designs as well. You know what I'm saying? But you have the electric green. Yeah. Electric green, you got the black, and you got the and I think it's like the army green as well. I think it's called Everett. Not Everett, what's it? Evergreen. That's the word. Evergreen. It's evergreen, that's the colors. So I have t-shirts, I have hoodies. Electric green, evergreen, and solid black. And then check out the purses as well. The men might call it merces, but conscious dollars, yo. Seriously. And you won't find another one. They're real leather. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, straight up. So I'm going to put these back in the vault for real. You know, unless y'all want one or whatever. But however, you know, thanks for listening. You know, thanks for, you know, supporting the channel. Like this video. Again, this is not done to promote anything against anyone, but at the end of the day, you know, and this go for anybody. If you're not being respected with your dollars, you know, of the way you're being treated, and then not to mention the disrespect behind it. That's the next thing. So it's already one thing to deal with things when things are happening to you, but there's another thing when people coming back talking smack about the ones that's been building you. Yeah, it's time to rethink how you spend your dollars in a case like that. So like to subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. And y'all have a fabulous day. Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur back at you again with another message. So have a wonderful day. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, if you want one of these, let me know. Support at chefjosephskicksauce.com. I'll email you back, and then we talk about shipping and all that kind of stuff. And so you can have your one of one, because once this is gone, you won't find another one, okay? All right? Peace.